Welcome along to the shoutiest segment on Irish radio and a multitude of other digital platforms. It is the scintillating, it's the stupefying, it's the splendido crappy quiz. Every Friday we pit three of team off the ball up against each other in our quiz of sporting factoids at the end of the week. We were just chatting there about fraud and quiz. They were chatting about potential ways of cheating today, and we were speaking about major fraud, the classic Who Wants to Be a Millionaire documentary about that.
Adrian brought it up, didn't he?
You brought up a
quiz show. Anybody's seen quiz show? Absolute classic. John Turturro. I mean, any movie with John Turturro in it, just watch it. And Ray Fiennes, who, from recollection, you were saying that the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was like a coughing situation, was it?
Yeah. Well, Tequin Whitlock, I can remember, was the guy sitting behind the major who coughed whenever.
I seem to remember there was something similar. I don't know if I'm melding those two things together, or if there was something similar in quiz show where the guy would go whenever it was on B or
This sounds like
that sounds exactly like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yeah, maybe that's I'm melding everything together there.
It's actually my favourite moment in pop culture history is Major Fraud. So just the whole entire saga. To be honest, it was fantastic.
Just general Major Fraud. Or that one specifically?
That one specific Major Fraud.
Okay.
The Major Fraud involved the pun. This is a crappy quiz, though. Allow me to welcome tonight's contestants. Our first contestant tonight has got the cans ready, the muscle fit vests ironed, and the crew's WhatsApp group set up. Things may get out of hand at this festival. Things may even get #lit. He's ready to get on his mate's shoulders and scream the lyrics to the responsorial psalm at the World Meeting of Families featuring Pope Francis this weekend. It's Fiend of the Sesh, the Meath hillbilly, Tommy Rooney.
Owen, how are you? How are you, lads?
Fiend of the Sesh. That was
you sesh fiend?
Never asked for it. Not recently, no.
Why not?
Early mornings, though.
Early mornings, yeah. Late nights with football?
Late nights with football, yeah.
Free weekends, though, Tommy, you know?
Free weekends, yeah, but no. There's other things in life apart from being on the sesh.
Like what? Championship, all right. Okay. I thought we were going to get an infinitely more interesting answer than that, but there we go.
In the middle seat tonight is a man who's back from his honeymoon and is raring to go after a break from his work in the sports industry. He went to New York to watch Dublin versus Galway in a pub, flew down to Cuba to catch Arsenal versus Manchester City in a cocktail bar, and dashed over to Mexico to sit in a hotel room and watch Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. He's off the ball's chief tourist, Phil Egan.
Welcome back, Phil.
Congratulations.
Thanks, lads. Yeah, good to be back.
Great to have you back.
How was the trip?
Yeah, good. Did see a few sporting events, but didn't go overboard.
Like what? What did you see?
I was in New York on Sunday, so I went to watch the All-Ireland final. 10:30 start for me.
Where'd you watch it?
A place called the Old Castle, 54th Street, just around, just a few blocks up the road from me.
Tommy would know well, he's got an American passport.
I do.
What?
An American accent as well. I do, yeah. I've got three cousins working in bars, and my sister's working in a bar in New York as well.
Very good.
Well, now this is interesting radio, isn't it? This is.
It was a very pro-Galway crowd. That's all I'd say. It was a very pro-Galway crowd that on Sunday.
Were you up for Galway or for Limerick?
I was up for Limerick. Nothing against Galway, just wanted to see Limerick end that 45-year wait.
Well, it's good to have you back, Phil. We'll see how you fare with these quiz questions. A lot of them current, a lot of them not current. We'll see once we get to them in a little while. But most importantly, we've got to introduce our final contestant tonight. He's the champ, the king, the goat, whatever you want to call him. He's got a jacuzzi in his house now, which may or may not be an inflatable paddling pool. He's got a yacht outside his house, which may or may not be a cheap canoe. And he's got himself a set of grills for his teeth, which may or may not just be a set of gum shields. He's been prancing around the office all week shouting, "Thanks for the cheese." Strolling on in, it's Adrian Champ Barry.
Kind of disappointed in that, to be honest with you. I thought, given that I'm Champ, it'd be something a bit more bombastic than that, but fair enough, the quizmaster wasn't up to it. He kind of rushed it all together at the last minute. That's fine.
What sort of bombastic?
Well, I've done it the hard way, Owen. I've done it the hard way. I've been champ the hard way. I've beaten them all comers, essentially. All the sort of traditional big four, as we like to call them around these parts.
He's bloody insufferable.
The crappy quiz version of
We've been listening to this shit all week.
Even Gilroy could sort of make peace with the idea, well, if I was in that seat, I'd have beaten him. I'd beaten him, beaten this chump. Nathan and Dave, I won't lie to you, Tommy, that was the sweetest.
That was the big one.
Was the sweetest.
Yeah. You say you're kind of the crappy quizzes version of the Brian Cody Kilkenny team.
I can't be. But sure, he came.
No, I'm more Limerick. I'm more if Limerick had back it up next year. I'm more Limerick. Like I've beaten all comers, done the hard way.
Yeah,
you know.
Probably was a 45-year drought as well, was there?
Fair point, Tommy. Fair point.
As ever, the format of the classic.
What do you champ? Is that what happens? I mean, at what point does it get boring?
Not going to happen.
Well, we must. We'll ask Conor McGregor what he would call himself. If
Start making t-shirts.
Thanks for the cheese, lads.
Start making t-shirts. 5 in a row.
Like the Dubs.
The format is a classic crappy quiz with 4 questions each. After 4 rounds, we've got the trivia equivalent of a wet evening in Stoke. That's the rapid fire round. You can podcast the crappy quiz on iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, or offtheball.com. Give us 5 out of 5, please. Even if you don't rate us that highly, send any questions you have as well via postcard to Off the Ball Towers, Marconi House, Diggs Lane, Dublin 2. No post this week, unfortunately. Round 1 is a boring questions round, never multiple choice. And you're first up, Tommy. Can you tell me who refereed last Sunday's All-Ireland hurling final?
That's easy. That is ridiculous.
Definitely wasn't James McGrath.
That is absolutely ridiculous question.
Why is his name?
I thought, like,
Realistically.
does being champ not lessen the sense of full outrage you feel?
No, I'm quite outraged.
Owens. James Owens.
Oh,
No, it's
correct,
got to be
good
a
answer.
full name. Oh,
But
yeah,
he
sorry.
did say that. Like
It left me there for 5 seconds. I was in trouble.
Chief champ, chief adjudicator, Adrian Barry there.
that's what happens when you start
He
winning.
has the influence over the ref.
You get to be the judge once you've won enough.
God, I was worried there for a second.
Phil, can you name the last Arsenal manager to lose his first 2 games of a league season?
I'm going to say George Graham.
Good answer. Can you tell me what year?
Egan's back.
Oh, I'm going to just throw it out there. Maybe
Premier League presenter.
88.
No, a bit later. It was the first Premier League season, 92-93.
Yeah, that was going to be my second answer.
Question 1 for you, Adrian. This is not a listener's question, but the following question comes from Aidan McKelvey, producer of Future Proof on Newstalk.
Are you just can I just ask before we get into this? Have you already set up an agenda for me to? Am I set up to fail here?
No?
Right.
It's in the
interest of the crappy quiz for you to win.
There's only one way down.
It's not in the interest of
It's like the
competition for me to
GAA.
win.
It's
No,
in the interest
exactly.
of the crappy quiz for Dublin to keep winning.
No.
That accusation is
Try and take me
libelous
down.
and most importantly
Take me
hurtful.
down.
If they beat Dublin next weekend, Tyrone would become the first team to win a Football All-Ireland after losing 2 games in a championship season. Can you name the only hurling team to do so?
Limerick.
No, Offaly. In 1998, they lost Leinster final to Kilkenny, and then they lost the semi-final
Given
replay to
the
Clare.
number of
course.
games this year, there might have been a likelihood.
Well, they didn't.
Not as easy a question as
That was the year the Offaly fans
admittedly, that
came
was
onto the pitch,
Except
wasn't it?
it's like literally the most famous
I know, look, well,
All-Ireland hurling semi-final
but it wasn't
ever.
famous for them
remember the
losing
ref?
2 games.
Cooney. No.
Jimmy Cooney,
It was
yeah.
Cooney, wasn't it?
You know?
Wait,
It's not-
the
wasn't
Clare
famous
game.
for that.
Yeah, Jimmy
Yeah,
Cooney.
it kind of is. It's a.
On the scale of difficulty, easy.
They're only easy if you know them.
There is no
Adrian.
scale of difficulty.
Come on, Adrian.
There's just easy and there's easy.
You got to
Adrian.
play ball.
Come on, let's do it.
Round 2 is a Premier League manager mystery voice round. We often get our listeners on Off the Ball to guess mystery voices, and this week the tables have turned. We'll give you a little bit of a current Premier League manager talking. All you've got to do is tell us who's speaking. So, Tommy, who's speaking here?
He needs to gain confidence but he's improving, so I am not really worried about him.
Can I get it one more time?
He needs to gain confidence but he's improving, so I am not really worried about him.
Who is it, Tommy?
A current or previous?
Current Premier League manager. So it's 1 in 20.
Is it Sarri?
Correct.
Good work.
Good answer, Tommy Rooney.
Because I didn't realise it was current for about... I have to start listening to
We're thinking
questions. I really have to start listening to questions.
Question 2 for you, Phil. Have a listen to this.
This is my way. I'm gonna teach them. I don't want to teach the players to find how to win every game. But I was nervous, and everybody was nervous.
Who do you think it is? A current Premier League manager.
Bear in
1 in
mind-
19 chance now, actually, because we know it's not Sarri. So it's getting easier the closer we go
So
to
it's
age.
easier.
That's bullshit.
I haven't obviously heard any press conferences because I've been away. It's not Unai Emery, is it?
Is it Wagner or Klopp?
No?
Is it one of the Portuguese managers?
Is he Portuguese? Nuno Espirito Santo.
yeah.
Sounds ridiculously Portuguese.
Yeah, he is Portuguese, right? Yeah. I thought I'd give you the harder one considering you're hosting Premier League Live, forgetting that you haven't hosted Premier League Live
This season.
4 months.
yet. So, sorry for that, Phil.
It's okay.
Question 2 for you, Adrian, now, of course.
Today FM, Saturdays, 2 o'clock. Sorry, go on ahead.
Pressure is on.
Sorry, I misspoke. Name this Premier League manager, Adrian.
For me, it's the most important thing. The player can play with a good mentality, at happy
Unai Emery.
with their club and
We'll see now.
with their teammates. Is the most important thing.
Right or wrong clip at the same time as that. Unai Emery, which is incorrect. It is Claude Puel.
Well. Right.
See,
The only
wasn't-
French manager in the league.
he wasn't whispering.
Well, when the question was read out, I thought this was going to be pretty easy. But actually, to be fair, that's a ridiculously tough round.
Wait, will you actually? No, do you honestly believe it's ridiculously tough, or do you just?
I
feel
don't
it's
know. I
tough?
actually 100%. That's really
It's not
tough.
ridiculously tough. It's just.
It's
tough.
it is extremely tough.
It's
I
not
would say.
extremely tough.
See, I used to listen to all these press conferences, but I
You've
stopped.
got to listen to the accents, really,
Sky
no?
Sports News every day.
Yeah,
match of
Sarri
the
was
day,
probably the
every
easiest one. Given
weekend.
that he's, he's everywhere.
Is he?
Pervasive.
I haven't heard Sarri talk once. It's the
Claude
first
Puel
time
has
I've
managed
talked.
two
So did
Premier
you
League
pluck that out of your
clubs.
ass?
Well, it was an Italian accent.
Was it?
Yeah.
Just because you're not interested in hearing what Premier League managers have to say, Adrian.
I know,
isn't our
what's wrong
fault.
with me?
That's
Ever since
ridiculous.
Big Sam left.
Round 3 is it's 2 to Tommy, 1 to Phil, 0 to Adrian. The champ quest.
That's fine.
Is, hit a
I've done
roll.
it every way, Owen, you know that.
The Sporting Droughts round is round number 3. After the Limerick Hurlers became the latest team in sport to turn a famine into a feast, this round will test your knowledge in some of the other counties currently undergoing a stay of absence from the winners' enclosure. Question 3 for you, Tommy. 5 different counties have beaten Mayo in All-Ireland finals since they last claimed Sam Maguire in 1951. Name them. So I'm going to need all 5 here, Tommy.
So, Meath, Kerry,
Correct.
Donegal, Dublin.
Correct. Just one more.
I can't even remember the year it was. Meath, Kerry.
Struggling here.
Give me a second here.
Like, this will be the quiz version of a bottle job if you didn't get this. It's so close, but you get so far. You'd almost do a Mayo on it if you didn't get this, ironically. Tick. We're going to have to give it a
Yeah, let's
countdown.
get a buzzer.
Cork.
Oh, right at the death.
You know what
He
that
gets
was?
it.
That was Limerick on Sunday. Let go, we're back into it. Held them off. Graham Mulcahy scored that point.
How does it feel to be an All-Ireland winner, Tommy?
Nearly as good as being a junior championship winner in Meath.
Come on.
Question 3 for you, Phil. Liverpool have not won a league title since the First Division in 1990. Who finished second that year?
God, that is tough.
Was it Arsenal?
No, it was Aston Villa. So you remain on 1 point. Tommy's gone to 3 now. Adrian, you need to catch up with Phil and Tommy.
Don't worry about me, Owen.
Which of the counties that appeared in either of the round-robin provincial groups in this year's hurling championship is going through the longest drought without getting their hands on the Liam McCarthy Cup? So I'm not interested in the Kerrys, the Laois or the Londons.
Go on again.
Which of the top 10 counties
Go on, yeah. Ask the
has
question again.
gone the longest without winning the Liam McCarthy Cup? Taking your time here as well, Adrian. I guess the champ has to be careful.
I mean,
Fairness, 3 really,
I'm going to go with the obvious.
really tough questions for Adrian. I feel sorry for him here.
It's ridiculously tough.
He's going for the obvious. And
Waterford.
Dublin, 1938.
38, man.
Who thought about Dublin? Christ.
I just wanted to hear the end of that exhalation.
You're
there.
actually, like, I know listeners can't see this and actually viewers can't see it, but we're looking right at a Dublin jersey.
Yeah, who would have thought Dublin? It's
Well, I could have said that, or the Republic of Ireland. I was sort of.
the Dublin jersey is right in front of his eye. We promise. Round 4 is the Fun for You Magic number round. It's Tommy 3, Phil 1, Adrian 0. Contestants get 3 points for getting the number exactly right.
Can we tweak this? Do you remember last week I got every single question absolutely right? Can we
Here,
like
this
introduce
is
a new
like-
point system?
This is like in a game.
You should get double points.
When somebody lies down and pretends they're injured. He's delaying
You
here.
should get
trying to slow
double. You
us
should get
down.
double points.
You're bringing on substitutions in the 19th minute to slow us down.
You're
Let's get
the
into
Neymar.
Am I right?
Disrupt the rhythm.
Come on.
You're wrong.
No, there's no double
You
points.
should get double points if you get every single question absolutely correct.
No.
You should.
The CCCCCCQ cannot deliberate over decisions in the middle of a quiz.
Well, that's the only, as we've said before, that's the only time we do deliberate.
Like we should put together. What we should do is give double points for anybody who can outdo your faux outrage on a weekly basis, and that will really skyrocket their points. Because anyway, contestants get 3 points for getting the number exactly right in this round. If no one manages that, the nearest contestant who doesn't go bust gets 2 points. The second closest gets 1 point. Again, I'm going to have to state that we can only accept the answer that is written on your paper. So I'm going to have to ask for your pens once the music ends. If you don't mind, give us the following number. The number of goals scored in last Sunday's All-Ireland Senior Hurling Final, plus the number of points Manchester City had to spare over Manchester United at the end of last year's Premier League season, plus the number of total players allowed in a fantasy Premier League squad in the league's official game, plus the number of times the Hurling All-Ireland has been won by a Munster team this century. Your 30 seconds expires when Sinatra sings Bright Shiny Beads. As ever, all numbers are plucked from Wikipedia. So we've got the total goals in last week's All-Ireland. City, how many points did they beat United by to the league last year? Total number of players in an FPL squad. And the number of times Munster teams have won Lee McCarthy this century. They're scribbling away here. Tommy's put my pen in his mouth.
Sorry, put that on.
Pens down. What have you got, Tommy?
43.
43.
43.
43.
43, wow, okay. 46 is the correct answer.
So this is where my rule should really come into play.
No, well, you're all just getting 2 points. Which brings Tommy to 5, Phil to 3, and Adrian to 2. So it's 5-3-2. Let's go through the answers here. So the number of total goals scored in last Sunday's All-Ireland Senior Hurling Final?
5.
5. Did everybody have that?
Yeah.
No.
4. Forget about my rule.
The number of points Manchester City had to spare over United last year?
I had 18, but
I had
it was
18, but I
21.
think it was 19.
It was 19, yeah.
19.
That 19 would have given you the win in this round, Phil. The number of total players allowed in an FPL squad?
15.
15.
15.
And the number of times Munster teams have won?
I had 5, but it's up to
3.
7. Tip in 01, Cork in 04, Cork in 05,
There you
Tip in
go.
10, Clare in 13, Tip in 16, and Limerick last weekend in the year 2018.
You
Giving
had 7.
total
Do you have them all? No.
46.
No.
So you
Never played fantasy football, so didn't know what to do.
That's you're dead right. It's a stupid game to play.
Right, let's get into it.
Let's get on to the rapid fire round. Our winner tonight is going to be decided in the round that separates the men from the boys, the John Kileys from the Kileys of Donnybrooks. It's a no team in particular. Ridiculously easy rapid fire round. The score you get in this round will be added to your score in the previous round. There will be 40 seconds for everybody to answer from the same set of questions. We're going to start with the person with the highest number of points. That's you, Tommy.
I'm getting
Then on to the
nervous
person in
here.
second.
Well,
that's you,
I'm
Phil.
It should be pointed out, Owen, sorry. I
I'm trying to
apologise
extend the room,
for
just for
interrupting.
coffee.
I do apologise. But it should be pointed out that if he bottles it at this point, it's one of the greatest bottle jobs in the
I've
country.
never won one of these rapid fires. I've never won one of them. And I have to get by it.
Well, I'll give you that
What
one.
do you mean
For
you've
Adrian.
never-
It will be a battle job.
One of these new rapid fires. I've never actually won.
You've never won?
I've been in the league
On
2
the
or 3
new
times.
in the new
On
system?
system.
You just
Right.
you tighten us up.
I can't. It's a mental
Going for a
block.
full hour.
It's- I mean, this is all
I'd
the more.
say Adrian, just sit back, relax.
This is all the more.
Yeah, no, it's just
Pressure.
something I've got to get by. It's
a lot of
just-
pressure.
It's been a thing in the back of my head for the last little while. So this
Well,
is the
let's hope you can do it today, Tommy. Right? That's all I'm saying.
Let's go.
We're all rooting
If
for
you get a question correct, I'm going to ask you another question and keep asking you questions until you get one wrong. Once you get a question wrong, I move on to the next person. And your incorrect answer also means a deduction of 1 point. So the order, just to clarify, is Tommy, Phil, Adrian. Tommy, your time begins with an Adrian Barry. Yes, champ.
Yes, champ.
Name the new Ulster Rugby head coach, Tommy.
Dan McFarland.
Correct. Who was Galway manager last time they beat Limerick in an All-Ireland final?
Gerald Gunn.
No. Who named the last person to win an Olympic gold medal for Ireland? Phil?
Michael Carruth.
No, Katie Taylor. In what year did Tyrone last play in a senior All-Ireland final, Adrian?
2003.
No, 2008. Which club plays their games at Oakwell, Tommy?
Oakwell.
Yeah,
Barnsley.
correct. Who finished second at the USPGA Championship this year?
Sergio Garcia.
No, Tiger Woods. Who won the Aintree Grand National this year, Phil?
Some horse.
Tiger Roll. Stephen Bradley is the manager of which League of Ireland club?
Shamrock Rovers.
Correct. It was, Cluj is a football club in which country?
Is this to draw it?
Wait until we reveal it. Just tell me, Cluj is...
I genuinely,
No, you're a good bit behind.
Cluj is a
I was going to say Romania.
Romania is correct.
I genuinely was 100%.
That brings you to 3 points. Phil is on 1. And the winner with 5 points is Tommy Rooney. The champ dream is over.
There we go.
You didn't really bottle it, to be fair.
There you go.
There was a lot of stalling tactics I found there, Tommy. You were just trying to delay
Barnsley
time.
came to me. It came to me. Yeah.
So how
there
are
was
you
a bit of stalling tactics going on.
How are you going to apologise to your kid now that you're going to have to puncture the jacuzzi? That's it from the crappy quiz. No answer.
Swiftly on. That's the...
That is it from the crappy
There'll be no
quiz this
stopping
week.
us now.
No stopping us now. Here we're going for the champ.
I hope we get asked back next week and give it another go. Keep the momentum rolling.
Enjoy the Pope this weekend, Tommy. We'll see you after the session next week.
Right, Jesus,
more good
I will.
stuff up after the break, and we'll be back on the Crappy Quiz on YouTube. Make sure to click subscribe next week.
Hey, hope you enjoyed that latest offering from Off the Ball. If you want to subscribe, and you should, check out just up here. All our latest stuff is just down here. Generally, Knock yourself out.